Hello? Are we here? Are we live, bro? Hello? Are we live? I'm pretty sure we're live, right? So welcome to the stream, everybody. And we're gonna be tracking Tropical Storm Laura live now. Okay, welcome. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Hope you're having an amazing day, and we are going to be tracking Tropical Storm Laura live right now. Okay? So we're gonna be doing like live updates and all that stuff. So everybody, make sure to subscribe for more content like this, for more like live streams, and we are going to get to all the stuff here. So we're first gonna pull up the National Hurricane Center's website, and right here, and we have Tropical Storm Marco, which we're also covering, but we're mainly focusing on Laura, currently hit Cuba with tropical storm conditions, and here's the current track. And as you can see, the entirety of Cuba is currently getting almost the entirety of Cuba is getting tropical storm force winds. So make sure to subscribe for more of this content. I'm trying to hit 165 subscribers, and thank you for 160 subs. So we are live. For those just tuning in, we are currently we're currently having a live stream. This is live right now, and just make sure to like and subscribe and all that. So we're gonna get in-depth coverage on this system. So I'm gonna go to the satellite imagery, and I'm probably just gonna leave the stream run for a little while. So yeah. Alright. So right here, why is there an advertisement? Come on, don't copyright me. Okay, but we're just gonna go straight to our satellite imagery of Tropical Storm Laura, and we have a loop going on. This is the long wave IR. Slow this down because it doesn't load then. I'm gonna make it speed up. Just so you guys can see it go. Okay, so everybody that's new here, welcome to the stream. And I'm going to be currently you're watching some satellite imagery, and I'm gonna be reading all like the details of it. Most of the spaghetti models currently show it going right into the border between Texas and Louisiana. If you're wondering, for cities getting tropical storm force winds, currently New Orleans is in the 50% chance. Galveston has a 40% chance. Baton Rouge has a 70% chance, and currently all of Cuba has a 100% chance of tropical storm force winds. So I'm gonna start reading advisories. Max sustained winds currently at 60 miles an hour. Center of Laura passing near Catalogna, Cuba. Heavy rainfall and flash flooding continues over the Cayman Islands and portions of Cuba. Watches and warnings, none. Change watches and warnings. Change it with the advisory, none. Summary of watches and warnings in effect. A tropical storm warning is in effect for Little Cayman and Cayman Brac, Cuban provinces of Cumaca. I don't know how to pronounce any of that. Florida Keys and Torres. The tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions are expected within the warning area, in this case within the next 12 hours. Hurricane and storm surge warnings will be required for portions of the U.S. Northwest Gulf Coast area by this evening. For storm information specific to your area in the United States, inland possible watches or warnings, please monitor products issued by your local National Weather Service forecast office. For storm information specific to your area outside of the United States, please monitor products issued by your National Meteorological Service. At 2 p.m., the center of Tropical Storm Laura was located near latitude 21.4 degrees north, longitude 81.6 degrees west. Laura is moving toward the west-northwest near 20 miles per hour, and this general motion with some decrease in forward speed is expected over the next day or so. A turn toward the northwest forecast by Wednesday, and a northwestward motion should continue through Wednesday night. On the forecast track, the center of Laura will move over the Caribbean Sea just offshore the southern coast of Cuba this afternoon, cross western Cuba this evening, and move in the southeast Gulf of Mexico overnight. Laura is then forecast to move over the central and northwestern Gulf of Mexico Tuesday night and Wednesday, and approach the northwestern coast of the Gulf of Mexico Wednesday night. Maximum sustained winds are near 60 miles per hour with higher gusts. Little change in strength is forecast today, but the strengthening is expected when the storm moves over the Gulf of Mexico. Laura is forecast to become a hurricane on Tuesday, with additional strengthening forecast on Wednesday. Tropical storm force winds extend outward over 175 miles, primarily to the northeast and east of the center. An elevated observing site at Sand Key, located south of Key West, Florida, has recently reported a wind gust of 41 miles per hour. The wind gust of 47 has been observed at Santa Clara, Cuba, within the past few hours. The estimated minimum central pressure based on reconnaissance aircraft data is 1,001 millibars, 29.56 inches. Hazards affecting land. Key messages for Laura can be found in the tropical cyclone discussion under the AWIPS header. I'm not going to say the names of the headers because those are impossible to say. Rainfall. Laura is expected to produce a storm total rainfall accumulation through today. Jamaica, Cuba, and the Cayman Islands, 4 to 6 inches with maximum amounts of 10 inches. Across the Greater Antilles, the heavy rainfall could lead to life-threatening flash and urban flooding, and a potential for mudslides. From Wednesday afternoon into Friday, Laura is expected to produce 4 to 8 inches with isolated maximum amounts of 12 inches across portions of the west central U.S. Gulf Coast, near Texas and Louisiana border north into portions of the lower Mississippi Valley. This rainfall could cause widespread flash and urban flooding, small streams to overflow their banks, and minor to isolated moderate river flooding. Wind. Tropical storm conditions are expected to spread westward within the warning area in Cuba through today. Tropical storm conditions are expected in the Little Cayman and Cayman Brac Day. Tropical storm conditions are also expected within the warning area in the middle and lower Florida Keys and the Dry Tortugas this afternoon and tonight. Surf. Swells generated by Laura are affecting portions of Hispaniola, Cuba, the Central Bahamas, and the Florida Keys. Swells are expected to spread northward along portions of the west coast of the Florida Peninsula and the coast of the Florida Panhandle on Tuesday and Tuesday night. These swells are likely to cause life-threatening surf and rip current conditions. Please consult the products from your local weather office. Tornadoes. An isolated tornado will be possible today into tonight across the Florida Keys. Next complete advisory comes at 5 p.m. So, thank you. This is Turek 108. So, thank you. Okay. I'm gonna do okay, I'm gonna tell about the wind forecast after there's gonna be the short break, and I'm gonna run a satellite imagery during the short break, okay? Alright guys, I'm back. I just took a short break because I decided to get a glass of water. So now we're back, and I'll go back into depth about live coverage of this storm. So here is our wind probability. Here's our exact wind probabilities for cities in the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. The center of Tropical Storm Laura was located near latitude 21.2 degrees north, longitude 80.6 degrees west, with maximum sustained winds near 50 knots, 60 miles an hour. Okay. Chance of sustained wind speeds of at least 34 knots, 39 miles per hour. Locations and time periods for the next 5 days. Okay. Fort Lauderdale. Okay. Hold on, guys. Oh, I know exactly what. Okay, Fort Lauderdale has a 7% chance. Um, most of the Florida Keys only has about a 30% chance of getting tropical storm force winds. Basically the entirety of Cuba is gonna get tropical storm force winds. And then now we're over in here. East New Orleans is expected to get about 40-mile-per-hour chance of sustained, about 40% chance of tropical storm force winds, and then West New Orleans is meant to get about 50% chance. And then Galveston / Houston is going to get is shown as 55%. And then Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This is rare, but we have about a 70% chance of tropical storm force winds in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So that's pretty rare that you get that far inland. And it looks like that this storm seems to more affect like Virginia, Maryland. Okay, I'll make a list of all United States that are going to be of all of the states that are probably going to be affected by this. Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Ohio, Indiana, West Virginia, North Carolina. Those are the areas that are going to get affected. Most of them are just affected by remnants. Anything past Louisiana and Texas is just going to get affected by remnants. So it doesn't look like New York's going to get affected by anything, but Southern PA is probably going to get affected by remnants, which is where I am. And the flash flood risk is going to be is set as is moderate risk, which if you're not in the weather, you might think moderate risk is not that high. It's second to highest, so it's actually pretty high. So we have a moderate risk in effect for a little chunk of Louisiana, and then like New Orleans only has a slight risk. Rainfall forecast is set as okay in that area that is set as a moderate risk. It shows 6 to 10 inches, and then around that area it shows about 6 to 4 inches, and then New Orleans it shows as 4 to 6 inches, and then a little isolated spot in New Orleans it shows 6 to 10 inches. And then for most of Louisiana, it has a guaranteed 2 to 4 inches of rain. And then the rainfall. Now I can't quite see to the Mid-Atlantic, but Mid-Atlantic you should probably expect about 1 to 3 inches of rain. So you can still get some flooding. And if you're wondering where I'm reading this off of, just a hurricane tracker app on my phone. So that's why I'm reading this. Okay. Alright, there's not really much more about the storm, so let's move over to Marco. Let's move over to Marco. So the hurricane warnings have been discontinued for Marco. Now it's only... No, wait, what? Hold on a second. They actually just do that? Oh my goodness. They just removed the tropical storm warning. They just got rid of the tropical storm warning. What the heck? They literally just got rid of the tropical storm warning. They still have hurricane local statements, but just no tropical storm warning for Marco. That's a little odd, but okay. Tropical storm warnings are still in effect for, oh, wind advisories are in effect for Miami. Alright. So the Keys have a tropical storm warning. We're gonna change this page quickly. We'll move to the current storms page. These are our GFS ensemble models currently, so most of them do show it going pretty low. They mostly show it going lower into like Virginia and the Carolinas as remnants, but some show it going up even below 1,000 millibars. But we know that it would have lost tropical characteristics by then. But we know that anybody in the Gulf should be heavily watching the storm. Like, really heavily watching the storm. And also, you should also be watching Marco heavily too. So I'm gonna move over to reading the advisory of Marco. Okay, here we go. This is another really long advisory, just like that other one. Marco weakens. Gusty winds and heavy rainfall still possible over portions of the northern Gulf Coast through tonight. Location 28.7 degrees north, 88.6 degrees west, about 40 miles south of the mouth of the Mississippi River. Maximum sustained winds of about 40 miles per hour. The tropical storm warning and the storm surge warning for the U.S. Gulf Coast have been discontinued. There are no coastal watches or warnings in effect. Gusty winds, heavy rainfall, and lingering coastal flooding are expected from Marco still. And tropical cyclone wind and surge watches or warnings are likely to be issued for portions of the U.S. Gulf Coast later today for Tropical Storm Laura. Discussion and outlook. The center of Tropical Storm Marco is located near 28.7 degrees north, 88.6 degrees west. Marco is moving toward the northwest near 6 miles per hour. A turn towards the west-northwest is expected to occur by Tuesday, and this motion should continue till the system dissipates in a couple of days. Further weakening is expected, and Marco is forecast to become a tropical depression tonight and degenerate to a remnant low on Tuesday. Tropical storm force winds extend outward of 80 miles to the northeast of the center over water. A National Ocean Weather Service station on Pettit Boys Island, Mississippi, recently reported a wind gust of 35 miles per hour. The latest minimum central pressure reported by aircraft reconnaissance is 1,008 millibars. Hazards affecting land: wind gusts of tropical storm conditions are possible over the coastal sections of southern Louisiana and Mississippi through this evening. Rainfall. Marco is expected to produce a total rainfall accumulations of hold on of 2 to 4 inches with isolated maximum amounts of 7 inches. Okay, swells. Swells generated by Marco are likely to affect portions of the northern Gulf Coast for the next day or so. These swells are likely to cause life-threatening surf and rip current conditions. Please consult products from your local weather service office. Tornadoes. A couple of tornadoes are possible today into tonight across the Florida Panhandle, southern Georgia, southern Alabama, and southern Mississippi. Next advisory at 4 p.m. Which, it's 3, so that means that we will have another advisory in an hour. But I'll probably not be streaming by an hour. And, okay, Marco is dead. I just took a look at satellite images on my phone, and Marco is dead. So let's go look at here, and you'll see Marco is basically dead. You can't even see this. Literally meant to be a depression. Okay, this thing is dead. You can say it's completely dead. You cannot even, wait, well, I need to wait for this thing to load. You can't even see the center of rotation. I don't think it's even a tropical storm anymore. You can barely even see the center of rotation. You can just barely make it out that it's right there, but there's nothing except for here. You can see a few thunderstorms blowing up because of the storm, but other than that, there is absolutely nothing left of the storm. So I'm gonna just pull up the advisory quickly, and we're again gonna take a short break. Well, here's the key messages, but we're again gonna take a short break. So I'll come back and we'll repeat the same thing for anybody new turning in, okay? And also make sure to subscribe to my channel to see more weather content. So I'm just gonna quickly pull up my subscriber count. Okay, I currently have 161 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe and like this video. We're gonna go back to the key messages so you guys can read this, and I'm gonna go for a little bit. So Alright, I'm back. So, to recap, Marco is dying, well, like it's basically dead. And Laura is strengthening fast. There's not meant to be any more strengthening today, but it's currently smashing Cuba. And we're expecting there to be tropical storm conditions. And we're expecting to get some watches issued in the Gulf later today. So there's meant to be some quick development later for Laura. I might be able to track it becoming a hurricane. I might be able to get it on a live stream, which would be pretty cool. Which means there will be a live stream probably tomorrow where I watch as it gets to hurricane strength. So expect for that to come. And currently, the entirety of Cuba has gotten tropical storm conditions. As you can see, here's the wind extent. It's going to go straight through and get the entirety of Cuba with tropical storm conditions. I don't know quite about the Florida Keys if they're going to get tropical storm conditions. So maybe they will. Maybe they might. Maybe they won't. I don't know. But yeah. And also make sure to subscribe. We're trying to hit 165 subscribers, so please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And I'm just gonna get straight back to it because I don't want to bore you guys. So here's the GFS ensemble models. As you can see, they haven't really changed. I'm just gonna do the same thing again, like for everybody new here. So and currently Marco isn't looking too severe, but oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna just go to Laura. Which for Laura, anybody that lives like anybody that lives in like Louisiana or Texas or like right on the border, your rear end better get prepared for this thing. because they're saying that this thing will probably hit as a Category 2 storm. And so here's the satellite imagery of Laura, and yeah, you should probably get prepared for Laura, but don't give a crap about Marco, because Marco is basically gonna die today. So now we have the so we're just gonna go back to this, and you can see that it's going to affect. So just take this cone, and you can look. So currently it's hitting Cuba, and it's going to go into the Gulf, the crazy warm waters, possibly become a hurricane. Possibly become a major hurricane. It doesn't look likely right now, but it definitely could. It's already It's already a high-end tropical storm. So we're just gonna go to all of the models. Let's see if let me just pull this up quickly. Track the Tropics. This is one of my favorite websites to use. And it shows us all the stuff without having to change your page, which I think is cool. Oh, here's the intensity guide. Okay, it just links right back to Tropical Tidbits. But here's our intensity guidance. A lot of them do show it actually getting into major hurricane strength, which by a lot of them I mean just 3 of them, which obviously isn't a lot of them. So as you can see, they show it to peak about right there. They show it to peak at around about 36 to 48 hours from now. So, and they're meant to peak at least a Category 1. We're basically guaranteeing that this thing will become a Category 1. And you can see it's going to go up into Category 1 or Category 2 or even Category 3. And one of them show it to get a Category 4. So, yeah. You should probably get prepared. And go to Lowe's. Go to Lowe's, get some plywood. because a possible Category 4 is coming. So, go to Lowe's, get some plywood. Okay, and we're just gonna go back to tropical tidbits, and we are going to go to our forecast models to see what the forecast models think about this thing. As you can see, that's dead. And we're just gonna go into the southeast, which is where we're focusing on. And we're currently looking at the GFS model. And, oh, yep, 959 millibars. Yep, that's great. That's totally great. Well, let's just go to the HWRF. Let's see this thing. Well, that's even 930 millibars. Probably a Category 4. Like, you know what? That is a Category 4. And oh shoot. Oh no, wait, this is the wrong one. This is the wrong one. That's not the right one. The 10-meter one. The 10-meter wind thing is the right one. Okay, they still show it being a Category 4 hurricane by far. Actually, by far, yeah. So, yeah, they show a absolute monster. The parent model usually just... I didn't want to click on Marco. The parent model usually just shows a, okay, looks like the parent model glitched a little. Usually just shows a zoomed out version. Yeah, basically. Basically, that's just a zoomed out version of a storm. So, let's go to the Hamong model. That's a small hurricane. Just like Marco. I mean, like the Marco previously. That's some rapid growth, but you can see it does show it reaching Category 4, which is 110 knots. So, yeah, this does show it reaching Category 4 status anyway, which is bad. So now let's just now we're gonna check out the Canadian models because we already know what the GFS shows. The Canadian models show it to die, which I don't think is right. Well, okay, I'm just gonna do this just so we can see what the GFS thinks the wind speed will be. Okay, it shows it to weaken before it hits. That's the strongest it is. Well, I'm gonna have to so I'm gonna have to leave we're gonna end the stream at 3:30. because because I'm because I have to leave the house at no. No. Yeah, I just fricked up bad. Oh, frick. Um, because I'm gonna have to go at 3:30. So, or I could leave the stream going, and it could just be a or I could have the stream going, and it could just like show like a looping satellite image, but that would probably run my battery dead on my laptop. So I don't think I'm gonna do that because it would probably run my battery dead. So I think so. I'm gonna end the stream now, and I'm not gonna make another stream today. So so put hashtag Marco if you're. I mean, put hashtag Laura if you're here. If you made it this far, put hashtag Laura in the chat, and see ya. So we're just gonna end the stream now. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.